This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We begin with continuing coverage in St. John. VIPD are still searching for a 41-year-old woman who was reported missing in St. John since last Monday morning. Now, take a look. This is Sarm Joan Lillian Heslop. She was last seen on March 7th aboard the vessel Siren Song. That was off the coast of St. John. She's a 5'7" white female, and she has a tattoo on her left shoulder. Police are asking you to come forward if you know anything as they continue this investigation. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is urged to call 911, VIPD, or Crime Stoppers USVI at 800-222-TIPS. Meanwhile, yet another day goes by that an elderly man has been missing in St. Croix, and family members and VIPD continue their pleas to the public for help in finding him. 80-year-old Michael Emanuel has been missing since February 19th, and that's when he walked away from his home in Canebrake Apartments. Investigators are offering a $3,200 reward for any information leading to his whereabouts. Anyone with information on where Emanuel may be is urged to call 911, the Wilbur Francis Command Center, or the crime tip line in USVI. Now to the latest on the COVID-19 numbers here in the territory. There are 94 total active cases right now, 60 in St. Croix, 33 in St. Thomas, and just 1 in St. John. And while those numbers continue to remain steady here, the VI government is urging everyone in the territory to get vaccinated, and they're doing what they can to make it easier for everyone to do so. Our USVI News' Ali Bourne-Vanek reports.
Governor Bryant's weekly press conference, his team reported that the community vaccination centers are going well, and there's an update. They will be extending their hours to 7 p.m. to accommodate people who want to get their COVID vaccination shot after work. And also a reminder, anyone over the age of 16 can get their COVID vaccination shot in the territory.
We are still seeing new cases of COVID-19 across the territory, and everyone needs to practice the same preventive measures that have helped us keep our numbers low in the past. Most importantly, get vaccinated. We are hosting pop-up testing events this week. You can pre-register for pop-up testing online at covid19usvi.com/testing. Here are upcoming pop-up testing events on St. Thomas Home Depot, Tuesday, March 16th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. St. Thomas Home Depot, Thursday, March 18th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. St. Croix at Canagata Rec Center, Tuesday, March 16th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and St. Croix at Bodo Park, Thursday, March 18th from 10:30 to 1:30 p.m. St. John at the Vipa Gravel Yard, Wednesday, March 17th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We have completed 2 weeks of vaccinations at the Community Vaccination Centers, or CVCs, on St. Croix and St. Thomas, and those efforts are going very well thanks to our local and federal partners and, of course, the community. We are expanding our efforts, and the CVCs will now have extended hours for access after usual working hours. We will extend the centers to be open to 7 p.m. for vaccinations. We are also working to build more options for the residents of St. John in the very near future.
And so far, 20,081 first doses of the COVID vaccine have been administered in the territory and 9,095 second doses for a total of 29,176. In St. Thomas, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
Yeah, wow, that's great to hear. The territory certainly moving along and getting people vaccinated. Again, Virgin Islanders can schedule vaccinations online through the Department of Health website. That website is covid19usvi.com/vaccine. As Ali mentioned, all Virgin Islanders ages 16 or older are now eligible to receive the vaccine, and residents without access to the internet can still book appointments by calling the Vitima hotline at 340-777-VAX. That's 8227. There's a community vaccination center in each district, as the territorial epidemiologist just mentioned, located at the University of the Virgin Islands Great Hall in St. Croix and at UVI Sports and Fitness Center in St. Thomas. Well, pre-K and kindergarten students in the St. Thomas St. John district will be heading back into the classrooms this week, this Tuesday, in fact. This comes just 2 weeks after schools in the St. Croix district also returned to in-person learning. The district superintendent says he's pleased to finally be able to reopen schools after nearly a year of having to be closed because of the pandemic. The district has worked closely with the Department of Health to ensure the schools could reopen safely. The district received approval to resume in-person instruction from the Virgin Islands Board of Education after undergoing a series of inspections from the board itself as well as the Department of Health. Kindergarten heads back this Tuesday. First and second grade, along with special education students, career and technical students, and high school seniors go back March 22nd. And third grade starts in-person learning again on March 29th. Immense safety procedures will be followed on all school campuses, such as minimal movement, temperature checks, mask breaks for those kids, and deep cleaning as well. Well, the year-long pandemic has many of us feeling anxious and stressed, especially kids who haven't, until now, been able to be at school for the better part of a year now. So let's take a look at a trend which is aimed at helping our younger population process all of these pandemic changes.
97.2. The past year has been hard on Americans of all ages.
The kids are suffering all the way up from kindergarten to college.
Pediatricians have seen the mental health impact firsthand, saying cases of anxiety and depression are on the rise.
It's been a year now, and we see it every day.
Now mental health toys are getting more popular with tactile tools that aim to help kids cope.
We're seeing more products that are designed to promote that social emotional learning and mental wellness.
Some, like the Big Feelings Pineapple, introduce social emotional learning, or SEL skills, with interchangeable pieces that form different expressions.
And they can even communicate their feelings onto the pineapple to show their parents how they're feeling that day.
Others, such as the Mindful Maze set, teach self-management skills.
So kids can use this rainbow, for example, and then they can breathe in on the top half and then breathe out on the bottom half.
Mental health tools are also featured in a growing number of free apps.
Breathing exercises, like if you're sad or mad or angry, it calms you down really quickly.
A wellness practice that could be beneficial for the whole family.
It's near impossible for the stress of the parents are experiencing to not overlap with what the kids are experiencing.
Experts say opening the dialogue.
Some good advice. Take time to just breathe. Well, the World Health Organization has granted an emergency use listing for the coronavirus vaccine made by Johnson & Johnson. So this is now the fourth vaccine with approval from the WHO. The move means the one-dose shot can now theoretically be used as part of the international COVAX effort to distribute vaccines globally, including to developing countries with no supplies. A massive study, which spanned 3 continents, found the J&J vaccine was 85% effective in protecting against severe illness, hospitalizations, and death. That protection remains strong, even in countries like South Africa, where variants have been identified that appear to be less susceptible to other licensed vaccines, including the one made by AstraZeneca. The director of the World Health Organization is pleased by this most recent move.
We hope that this new vaccine will help to narrow vaccine inequalities and not deepen them. The COVAX facility has booked 500 million doses of the J&J vaccine, and we look forward to receiving them as soon as possible. An equitable distribution of vaccines remains the biggest threat to ending the pandemic and driving a global recovery.
In other news today, here's just a reminder, if you're planning to travel, flying in or out of St. Thomas, a bit of a jam up for many people here. Construction at the airport is underway, which is good news because it's going to be developed, but it also means most of the airport's public parking area is going to be closed and will remain closed during this 2-year project. The VI Port Authority says travelers are being asked to be picked up and dropped off at the airport instead of leaving your vehicle there because you can't. Curbside parking is not allowed and signs will be posted at the terminal advising of the new parking restrictions. The Parking and Transportation Center will have 600 parking spaces and a dedicated location for ground transportation and car rentals as well. So a little bit of an inconvenience now, but hope for a better future at the airport there in St. Thomas. It's ahead.